In today's video, we're going to talk about composing versus improvising your guitar solos. What do you think you should do? What do you think is better? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hey everyone, Rod DeGeorge here. If you're new to the channel and you love music and guitar, please consider subscribing. I upload fresh content all the time. So just hit the subscribe button and you'll be kept up to date. And today we're going to talk about improvising versus composing your guitar solos. What do you think works best? What do you think we as guitar players should be doing? Is there a right or wrong? Well, let's talk a little bit about this. The reason I brought this up, I saw a video by Rick Beato saying why you should stop composing your solos. First off, I have a ton of respect for Rick Beato. He has great knowledge on music theory, music production. He also seems to have a deep understanding of how to apply that. I heard a couple of his original compositions, piano pieces, and I thought they were brilliant. So I have a ton of respect for him. Now he brought this up, and on the surface, he was saying you should improvise your solos instead of compose your solos. But as we got deeper, he was talking more about you should develop ideas and learn the craft to improvise as opposed to relying just on composing your solos. But let's take a deeper look at this. I'd love to hear your thoughts because for me, it's situation by situation basis, you know. Some songs I feel need a composed solo. You know, it's part of the song. You know, there's some players like Brian May, Elliot Easton, Randy Rhoads, Nuno Bettencourt, players like that who some of their solos are classic solos, a big part of classic song. Like imagine hearing someone play Crazy Train without playing that solo. I mean, that solo is as much of the song as the chorus, at least to many guitar players, you know? So there's some instances where I think that may be the best route to take. And then there's other instances where it may be best to take a freer approach, you know, not so constrained and not so so by the book, you know, an element of excitement or danger in the playing. So those are some of the things that we should look at and talk about. And again, as we have this discussion, please leave some comments. Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts because this subject has come up numerous times for me in the past. Now, there's some players like Alan Holdsworth, John McLaughlin, you know, Jimmy Page. A lot of his solos were improvised. And you know, Derek Trucks is another one, an amazing player, great phrasing. His slide playing is amazing, great soul and great feel. And I would believe most of his solos are improvised, especially live. You know, they go into those jams and that's where some magic happens. I mean, so there is an element of that as well. So to me, again, I think it's each situation can be different. Someone like Elliot Easton in the Cars, you have short pop songs. You have a few bars to create a memorable solo. I think he did an amazing job doing that. He was a great guitar player. He knew and understand his music. He understood the chords underneath what he was soloing with, you know, and he made catchy little guitar solos that enhanced the song, you know, but they also had a spontaneity to them. So they had an energy to them. They weren't sterile and overthought out. There is a way to do the composition of solos to keep that excitement in it. So like I said, I think the song dictates what works. And it's also the player too in that situation. So I can only speak from my experience. But for me, there's songs like when I'm writing a song, some of my songs, the instrumental stuff, may have some like world music influences, but then it has full orchestration with it. And the way that orchestration moves with whether it be riffs or chord changes, creates a certain feel or vibe that I may want to enhance during the solo. So I may compose that solo. And then when I record a song, I record it in a certain way, the way I hear it in my head, but then when we do it live, I may be doing the song with a trio. And so in that instance, as the song evolves live, it's going to have a little different vibe to it. There's been numerous songs where I composed the song for the recording with all the big arrangement, with the orchestration, multiple guitars. And then when I get live and it's a power trio, well, then it has a different vibe to me. So I then improvise the solo. So again, situation by situation, and that includes the player within that situation, I think dictates what works best, whether it be improvised or whether it be composed. Another aspect about composed solos is how you actually go about composing them. For me, a lot of times when I'm recording, I'll just take a number of passes and improvise. Then I'll listen back and I say, oh, I like where that's going and I like where that's going. And I may take an idea from this take, one from this take, and one from this take, and then compose a solo using that. And to me, that creates a little more energy and spontaneity in the composed solo. And I kind of feel that when I hear someone like Elliot Easton of the Cars sometimes, you know, to me they sound composed, but they still have an element of excitement. You know, I think he does a great job. Randy Rhoads, I thought, did an excellent job composing a lot of his solos. And Nuno Bettencourt of Extreme, I mean, I think he does a great job composing his solos. And then you have one of the ultimates, in my opinion, Brian May. I mean, his solos at times were orchestrations of guitar. And then there's times where he just kind of rips and goes off a little bit. But again, so to me, it is all about the song dictating whether it should have a freer, more improvised feel, or if it should be a composed solo. Now, like I said, what inspired this discussion for me was seeing Rick Beato's video. And in his video, he was leaning towards solos should be improvising. He was saying, stop composing your solos. Well, as he got deeper into it, he basically, at least what I got out of the video, basically was saying we as guitar players should develop the skill to improvise. And he was saying, develop your ideas instead of developing your solos. And I think that's a very valid point. You know, for us to be the best we can be as artists, we have to develop as many skills as we can, improvising and composition skills. So again, I'd love to hear your thoughts regarding this. That being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. Be sure to hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button, and YouTube will let you know when I release a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rod DeGeorge. Hope to see you again soon. Peace.